The 2026 autocross and track seasons are right around the corner, and I really want to get some adjustability for my suspension before the season starts. Fortunately, aftermarket adjustable sway bars exist, and that is what I'm going to be installing on my car today. Now, if you don't know much or really anything about what a sway bar is or does, don't worry, I got you. A sway bar, also known as an anti-roll bar, is a key component to your car's suspension system. As the name implies, an anti-roll bar helps to reduce your car's body roll during a corner. This is especially prevalent in high-performance driving, as you're going to be taking corners at much higher speeds than on regular roads, and this is going to cause way more body roll onto the outside of your car. To mitigate excessive body roll, sway bars are installed on your car to essentially act as a torsion spring, which will convert any downward force on the outside part of your suspension during a corner into a mostly equal force to the inside of your suspension, which will essentially try to push the inside of the suspension back towards the ground and thus flattening out the car during a turn. Now you may be wondering, what sway bar do I want to upgrade? The rear, the front, or do I want to do both? Typically in the performance driving world, if you want more understeer, then you're going to want to stiffen your front bar or soften your rear bar. However, if you want more oversteer, you're going to want to stiffen the rear bar or soften the front bar. That being said, each platform and driving style of the driver is different, so you may have to do some trial and errors just to see what works better for you. Also worth noting, if you have adjustable coilovers or even lowering springs in general, then it's a good idea to buy some adjustable end links along with a sway bar, especially an adjustable sway bar. That way you mitigate any preload being on your end links when you're lowering or raising the car. Unwanted preload is not necessarily the end of the world, but it will make your car a little bit more unpredictable on the street, but especially during performance driving. Now, sway bars are available for many different cars in many different sizes and variations, and installing a sway bar can be the simplest thing you could ever do for your car, but it can also be the most tedious thing you do for your car. As is the case with my GR Corolla, the rear sway bar takes maybe under an hour at most to really complete that. That's a pretty simple job. But in the front, it's a little bit more extensive. You have to drop the subframe and all this other stuff. It takes a little bit more time and it's just a bit more tedious. So make sure you do your research on what your car will need as far as, work to be done for whichever sway bar you choose to do. I'm gonna get to installing my rear sway bar now, but I hope this video helped explain what sway bars are to you guys, as well as maybe convince you to get a couple for yourself here in the near future. Also worth noting, if you have an intensive front bar or even a rear bar installation, I guess, it's a very good idea to go ahead and get an alignment or do one yourself, which I do have a video on how to align your own car at home. If you guys want to check that out, it'll be at the end of this video and also in the description down below. But before you all leave, be sure to leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and ring the bell so you guys be notified of more content like this, installation videos like my sway bar video I have coming up here soon after this, and more content like the fast track news, SECA, motorsport related things, my racing this year, as well as virtual things like motorsports gaming and iRacing, etc. And I do plan on making a Discord, so stay tuned on this channel whenever I post that up as a video announcing all that stuff, as well as in my community posts. And till next time, guys, keep going fast.